Cardinals.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll start with Davis Price on the ground.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Second down, and again it's Davis Price. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Now this game, of course, held at the fabled Estadio Azteca, home to the Mexican national soccer team. Home to 2 World Cup finals, including Diego Maradona and the Hand of God goal in 1986. Look it up, kids. This is the final of 5 international games for 2022, as well as the 5th time a regular season game has been held here. The Cards and Niners actually played in the first of those games back in 2005, a 31-14 Arizona victory in front of an announced crowd of over 103,000.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Hey, check Mega, check White.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here we go, here we go. Steal, check, steal.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up. and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Down.
Handoff right side, Davis Price.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Here we go, set. Strike, strike.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Conner. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Murray a give. This is Conner. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Cardinals at 8-2 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt.
And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lance now on 1st down.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Ready.
Lance on the option left. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I'd get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Look at the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give them a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On third down, it's Connor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action. Now it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback, because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take them.
Prater's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Come on, set. Right, right.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Now a handoff coming left. Connor trucks over it. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Now Murray off play action. And it's caught. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going deep for Brown. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. On first down, Connor going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
This is caught by Hilton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always wanted to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
If you think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the 49ers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And some room to work.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins, 46 yards.
And the Cardinals are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Second down, and again it's Davis Price.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
On the set.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Ready.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter.
On the double.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Play fake. Murray. That's complete right around the 8. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Connor will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's at the 50. The 30. 10, 5. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
But there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly. Getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
The Lance going to throw.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. To throw again on second down. Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Lance. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Ready?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing on 2nd down, Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Lance back to throw. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. reminder, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Cardinals, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now it's off to the airport for a date with Customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.